Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 YouTube videos. It's good to be with you. It is the 17th of September 2019. Welcome. We study the Iraqi dinar, and I offer you my opinion. Everything that I share with you tonight is my opinion because this is a speculative investment. The speculative investment should never offer a date of maturity. It should never offer a rate of return. So I lay the ground rules to make sure that we're on the same page. Okay, all righty. Let's get started. Yesterday, we talked about the ramifications, the consequences, the benefits of what happened in Saudi Arabia with the oil refineries. I said, in my opinion, that it's very obvious that Iran is behind this. If you want to say that the Houthis were behind it, okay, the terrorist group, but Iran, the Houthis are funded by Iran. And as 72 hours plus 1 day has gone by, it's pretty obvious who did it. I noticed that Saturday when I talked about this, when I was in the car, and Monday, yesterday, that there was two individuals that posted, you don't know that it was Iran. Where's the proof that it was Iran? And that's why I ignored them. One thing that I find interesting is that I don't see Brent oil going up. Jen,
Yes.
clean this. I don't see the price of oil. Hold on a second, family. Just did we just shut down? Okay. I don't see oil going up dramatically as I thought it would. Although we did mention it. That makes a difference, doesn't it? Although we did mention that, in all honesty, it was a very, very childish attack. It was more like a child that is seeking attention and doing it in a very, very, a very wrong way. I said that they really didn't hit the targets correctly. They sent in one drone. And I kept saying this, it didn't make any sense. Well, I guess now that 3-4 days have gone by, it makes more sense that, once again, we see, and I told you yesterday, that the Ayatollah Khomeini actually tried to overtake Sistani in Iraq. The Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran actually tried to take over or overtake his position. That didn't sit very well with the Iraqi citizens. In the United States, it's kind of like if you're a Los Angeles Ram fan and they're playing the Detroit Lions. And then because you're a Los Angeles Ram fan, they make you sit in the Detroit Lions side. Oil didn't jump up that much. The Ayatollah Khomeini tried his best to overtake the religious power in Iraq. You have the President of the United States that came out and he said, you know what? I don't need to talk to them. That's good. That's good, Mr. President. I can't help but to give thought, Mr. President. What are you going to do? Saudi Arabia is our friend, allied, business partner. And you tell them today that, well, you know, it's not like I'm promising to protect you, Saudi Arabia. Excuse me. So, you guys take care of yourselves. Excuse me? I don't think we can afford to be so cocky and to think that we have so much control of the Middle East in a sense of businesses, you know, business relation, not in the sense of conquering their countries. That's their countries. But I don't think we should be so cocky, Mr. President, as to tell Saudi Arabia, you know, take care of yourself. I never promised you a rose garden. Mm. And it's not so much because of what you're telling Saudi Arabia, it's because of what the other Middle Eastern countries are listening to you say to Saudi Arabia. Well, I thought the United States had our back. I thought Trump has our back. Well, that makes me feel a little uneasy about what the United States is going to do against Iran. The Khomeini of Iran tried to push out the holy man Sistini of Iraq a long time ago, and trust me, because of that, Iran and Iraq are really not friends. And who are your friends, by the way? The international world. Tonight, we're going to talk about the international world because they're pouring into Iraq, and because Iraq has opened the door for them to come in. And that means that they must have Article 8 protection. That means that Iraq is about to make a change, in my opinion, in its economic and its monetary reforms. I told you yesterday that we are in the third week. And we feel very, very strongly that Firefly's report is accurate and correct. When he was told yesterday by the teller at the bank, the private banks, that you guys are next, the CBI wants to talk to you citizens. It's a follow-up of what they talked to you, you know, a few weeks ago. You know, when they told you that they were going to bring out these new coins, bring them back again. They were going to add purchasing power, all that. They want to talk to you. So when the teller tells that to my Firefly, well, we're spot on, aren't we? The training that was with the alphabet soup, because it wasn't just the CBI. Every letter you can think of that's involved in the banking industry was there. And of course, you know, the power pack that I call the Fab Four, the United States Treasury, the IMF, the World Bank, and the President of the United States. Now, he wasn't there, but his representatives were. And the whole CBI was telling them, look, this is what we're going to do with our monetary reform. I want to show you. I want to show you what we're going to show the citizens. And that was actually done a long time ago. It wasn't just a few weeks ago. It was done to the private banks a long time ago, many months ago. But to the citizens, it was just done a few weeks ago to say, look, this is what we're going to show you pretty soon. We're trying to tell you something. We're trying to describe it, the stuff that we're advertising. And the Firefly tells us that they are to be trained as citizens again this week. So, to see this in Saudi Arabia only tells me that somebody doesn't want it to happen. I don't know who. But regardless of who it is, whether it's on this side of the pond or their side of the pond, or across their border into Iran, it's not stopping. I call it the lava flow of the monetary reform. You can't stop it. You can't stop lava. Is there a problem, Jen?
On my computer only. It's fine. They see it. This
And
one's
shut it down, Jen, completely. You know what I'm saying? There you go. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me think of what I was saying. Anyways, I believe that the President of the United States is going to deal with Iran with sanctions more. I believe that he'll put an embargo with our ships around Iran and just suffocate them, shut them off completely of supplies. And I also believe that it would be really, really good to consider not only an embargo attack against Iran, but a cyber attack against Iran. Throw in EMPs too. Throw in EMPs as well. Because all human beings are afraid in the dark. The oil industry has not been affected. I thought it was going to increase the oil, but I also did say you didn't succeed. It may not affect, it may not even dent it. But I did say it would take it to 70, 80, and sure enough it did in between, but then it came back. Found that interesting. While all of this is going on, we get a phone call from Walking Stick last night. If you were with us on our live stream, every Monday we do a live stream. And Walking Stick called last night right in the, just like he did last Monday, with about 30, 40 minutes left in our program. And he tells us, you're going to see some talk about their inflation. And yes, their inflation went up 0.3%. That is a big jump because it happened overnight, quickly. And how did it happen? And we explained it to you, which is what you will not see on the internet. All of this is in my opinion. It is the method in which the CBI is buying gold. When a central bank buys gold, it affects their money, their money supply, and the demand of their money, the demand of the local currency. Hence why you are seeing these fluctuations in their inflation, because they've been buying gold, like we said yesterday, Not with American dollars, not with euro dollars. They've been buying it with their currency. But their currency is going through a little bit of a problem because Iraq has put themselves in a position by buying this gold with their own local currency at a program rate, and it has created an excess of supply of the local currency because they're printing it like crazy right now for the reinstatement of their dinar. And like I said, it's like a fiat currency. Many of you called and talked to me about that today. I said, go listen to the YouTube. Why are you asking me to explain to you what I already said? Why do you it doesn't make any sense to call me, Frank, did you say this? Yes. Okay, I was just double checking. Or you want my opinion on my opinion directly, one-on-one. Kindly don't do that. So it created an excess of the currency, of the local currency that is being produced right now. For what reason? For a reinstatement. And why are they buying gold like crazy? Because they know they're going to have value in their currency and they love gold. I told you, they're overspending. I told you this 2 months ago. I said, compared it to if you get a credit card and it's, oh, no balance on it. Shoot. In a day or two, it'll be maxed. And that's what the CBI, or excuse me, that's what the GOI, they're overspending. And this is what I told you that they were doing. They were overspending. And like a fiat currency, it looks good on paper, this buying of gold. But it ain't worth, it is not worth anything. So how can they solve this problem? Because they've created a debt currency inflation by lifting the value of their currency, which is what they're doing. And because they know they're doing this, they don't give a squat that they're having a debt inflation. This is a big jump from 0% to 0.3. A monetary increase like that, it causes an inflation. All you have to do is remove the 3 zeros from their exchange rate. Boy, that balances it out. And the crazy thing I told you is that the amount of gold that they have, it's hurting them in the manner that they're buying it. And I also told you yesterday that the people that they made a deal with, hi, greetings, nice to meet you. Can we buy gold from you guys? Yes, we can. Good, thank you very much. Here you go. And I'm gonna pay you in American dollars. Like, you don't want American dollars, okay? Here, euro dollars. No, you don't want euro dollars. What do you want? Our currency? Well, that could mess things up with what we're doing here. Why don't you just take you want petrodollars? No, you don't. You want our currency. Nobody ever wanted our currency. I guess you know what we're doing with our currency, huh? Okay. In my opinion, Iraq that has reached 97 tons, just like a powerful nation like China, that doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Unless they're reinstating the currency, then okay. Well, of course you need that kind of reserves and backup. And this inflation is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's good. Because it's going to force them to go ahead and do this. Oh, but Frank, I thought they were doing it. They are doing it. They have a date. And it's going to force them to keep that date. This time. Yes, their inflation will increase more. And the solution is that very simply to raise the value of your currency now. Add value to your currency. Add value to your currency now. I don't care about Iran. I don't care about what President Donald Trump wants to do against Iran. I care about you, Iraq, and the monetary reform, and for you to stay on it. Did you see the report today of how many earthquakes have you guys had? That didn't stop you. Over the weekend, 2 giant asteroids passed the earth. That didn't stop you. They blow up Saudi Arabia. That's not going to stop you. This is happening. This is happening. You want to buy more trenches of gold? Raise the value of your currency. I think that's why you're doing it, because of what you're about to do. Because I know without a doubt, or in my opinion, the Fab Four, or all those that are there watching you, no, you can't do that. Not right now. So what happened today? The World Bank gets involved. Oh, buddy. What did the World Bank tell you today? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Iraqi dinar at 1190 equals an increase in inflation, period, end of story. But the introduction of new small category notes that are adjusted to the removal of the 3 zeros from the exchange rate, along with the fractional banking of the fills, makes a lot of sense. And I strongly, strongly believe that the visual aids are about to show this new currency, new fills, coins to the citizens. This is the 3rd week. This is when I felt that it would happen. Today is Tuesday. Let's see what happens. Okay. Today, you see an article about the relationship between Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini and what he tried to do with the holy man of Iraq, Sistani. What a coincidence that we told you about this yesterday. And today you see an article about it, right? And Iran comes out and they say, we're never going to talk with the United States. There's only one way we'll talk to the United States. And that is if Donald Trump brings back the agreement that we had with Obama on our nuclear deal. And we want Donald Trump to repent to us. And we want him to return the Obama nuclear deal that we had with the United States of America. Other than that, we're not going to talk to you. So my answer to you is up yours and keep yours. Because what does that tell you, United States of America citizens? How horrible, how abominating was that deal that Obama's administration made with Iran, that they just salivated over it. And now demand to have it back. Thank God we have a president that loves the United States of American citizens. And his agenda is pretty much my agenda. To love my country, not to stab it in the back. You know damn well what you did, Obama. I said that I don't know what Donald Trump is going to do about this because, in all honesty, this is the second time that Iran does something mental military. Mental military. And you know, he didn't do anything the first time around, and it was also with, with one of our drones. It didn't work for either side. The price of oil went up for one day and back down to normal. Reserves took over. What attention did you get out of this, Iran? Today, Trump says that the Ayatollah regime. Oh, what Trump? What about the Ayatollah regime in Iran that tried to take over Sistani in Iraq? Yeah, well, the Ayatollah regime, they were the attackers through Iran. So, I don't want no war. I don't think you want one either, Mr. President Trump. But let's put a cyber attack on them. Let's put an embargo attack on them. Let's put a sanctions attacks on them. No more talk. And for me, no more talk about this either. This is now going to become military tactics. It may not necessarily be war in the sense the way you know it, you know, soldiers, bombs, and planes and all that stuff. But it will be war. Give us back Obama's deal. Obama liked us. No shit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you recall a couple of weeks ago I told you 75% of the debt was forgiven in Iraq by the Middle Eastern countries around them? And I told you something about that. What it did is it reduced the debt of Iraq and increased the value of Iraq's currency. Fascinating. Brilliant. Way to go, all you Middle Eastern countries. No, Iran. You don't exist. And by doing this, they created more true value and more true net. By doing so, they created more true value and more true net. The SDR basket is also seeking what happened to the Iraqi dinar and to their balance sheet from the CBI. Because right now they have created currency debt. When they were forgiven financial debt. In order for the completion or the introduction or the lava flow to continue properly, a balance sheet from the CBI needs to come up. A balance sheet. And the gold that they're buying right now, I told you yesterday that the CBI and their spreadsheets need to be balanced. And this gold buying is not doing them any favors. The balance sheet would contain assets and liabilities and incomes and debts. But a true value, in my opinion, a true value of the Iraqi dinar is about to be exposed to the international world for a balance sheet of the CBI on their currency worth. Angel 1 came into premium today. He told everybody some things. I told Claire, go ahead and compile it and put it on the thread for everyone. Fuad Husseini, the head guy of the GOI Financial Committee. Angel 1 sent it to me. He says, Frank, 15 minutes ago, Fuad tweeted. You see, we watch everything possible for information. And I said, he tweeted. He doesn't tweet. What did he say? He said that they had an immediate meeting. Immediate? Immediate. It was quick today. What was it about? They're going to implement very quickly the reforms. The reforms? Monetary reform? I suppose, because he's with the financial committee, right? Yes. It wasn't the minister of planning? No. And he said they had an immediate meeting today? Yeah. For what? To implement quickly the reforms. Without nothing, might as well say to implement quickly the financial reform. Yes. Because you see, my family, in my opinion, they are done with this balance sheet that I'm talking to you about. And the true value and the banking reform is all at international standards, and they told you so. And today, I'm going to pull out 10 evidence of international just from today. So if that's true, then we have true values. And this head guy, Fuad, says that they're all under international standards, our true values in our spreadsheets. And who was talking to you about this? Get my phone and get the picture that was sent to me by Angel 1. And who was talking to you about this? The World Bank? Fuad, for real? Where's the IMF? We're done. I mean, they're still here. We went out to get some pizza and beer. But now it's the World Bank. You know, the Fab Four. First it was the United States Treasury. They told us how to do everything. And okay. Every time we did something, they said, stop it. And I said, okay. Then they turn over the IMF to us, and the IMF says, okay, this is what you're going to do. Use these tools and do everything that the United States Treasury told you to do. So we did it, and then we reported to them back a few months ago, and now they tell us, go ahead and report it to the citizens. So we have been. Fab 4, U.S. Treasury, good, they're done. IMF, good, okay, thank you very much. And who's next? Oh, well, the World Bank. Is that who's with you right here in that picture? Is that you? What? Yeah, that's me. What? That's me. That's my tweet. I told everybody that the World Bank has just told me that we have their technical assistant. Did you like the word technical? Yeah, you know, everything that we need to know now outside, you know, go outside to the World Banks internationally, they're teaching us, but they've already taught us. And we passed the final exam. Yep. So what are they telling you right there in that beautiful tweet? Well, they said that we have our reserves, you know, for our financial reform. What? They said that the World Bank says that our reserves are they all meet international standards. Get the front door out of here, really? You know, yeah, that's what they said. You guys are about to lift the value of your currency. Yeah, but first we got to get all this stuff together and tell it to the citizens because that's next. You know, we're going to put out a bunch of, I don't know, we just might throw up a big sheet and, you know, come over here, popcorn. Yeah, okay, hookahs, whatever. Watch this. No, sit down, Ali. Sit down. There's no cartoons. Just pay attention. This is the watch, watch, watch. Yeah, this is the stuff we promised you and we told you about and everything. So congratulations. The World Bank now is also going to hook us up because they said that we're ready internationally with our reserves to go outside. Okay, inside, you guys are cool. Okay, we're going to go outside now with the World Bank. Yeah, we citizens, listen to this. They said that we are above and beyond. We're buying gold without their permission and we're just stockpiling it. We got so much, you know what? Is one to one okay with you? Okay, we'll start at it. But when it goes outside, when our little puppy goes outside, what happens if it goes past 1 to 1 in value? You know, with buying and trading and selling and all that kind of. What happens? Well, no worries because we are above and beyond the international standards for our reserves, for our currency and gold. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll meet you at the bank, but we still got to talk to you. We'll tell you when. Just keep watching and keep learning. You got any questions? There is a final exam. Yeah, the World Bank says that, well, there is we have expedited. You done what? We've expedited. What? Implementations of the bank's reform. What bank? Who we with here? CBI. We have expedited implementations of the bank's reforms and provide. The bank only has one reform. Well, yeah, the monetary reform. Will you stop interrupting me? World Bank says we have expedited implementations of the bank's balance CBI bank's reforms, monetary reform, and provide technical assistance to Iraq. Thank you very much. Good. You see, KTFA family, this is a calculated move. But I'm not going to be perverted enough to say that what happened in Saudi Arabia had anything to do with this. And yet this is a calculated move. No crisis goes to waste. No opportunity is lost. This is a calculated move. Can you imagine if we went to war and tried to keep the living daylights out of them? Why don't we just target? No. Target their nuclear, plants. Let's just target. No. Israel's going to do it. No. Aren't you going to do anything? Yes. And this is a calculated move to not do anything just yet. In my opinion, due to the gold purchasing amount and the manner in which they are doing it, causing an inflation increase that will only logarithmically grow every month, well, they can't help but to be concerned about this, super concerned about this. Because then you'll bring back the IMF and they'll say to you, what the heck are you doing? For almost 2 years you kept it under 2%. What are you doing? Nothing. I swear. Why do you think we're not going anywhere? You launch this reinstatement. You get it going and we leave, you guys are going. You're already doing this nonsense behind our back. We need the balance sheet done, doggone it. It's done. Well, this World Bank meeting, apparently agrees with you that on the banking reforms, the monetary reform, um, you guys are ready to go. And when I see my Firefly's report, it all ties in together because the CBI is about to tell the citizens or show them the visual aids. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my strong opinion. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering why I have a suit on, my father was honored again, bless his heart. I don't know how many awards he's received in his lifetime here. He was honored by the City Council of Toledo, Ohio. And you can probably see it, channel 11, WTOL. Yeah, my wife and I and my sister and my aunt, we took my father to the city council downtown, and it's difficult. He can't move. He takes a few steps at a time. For him to get in the car from the house to the car, it takes about 30 minutes. But very proud. And, so I put on my suit and I figured I'll just leave it on and came straight to you. So that's why I have a suit on. Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, I believe that Donald Trump was actually ready. I believe that Donald Trump was actually ready for this. What Saudi Arabia did. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, it's probably best not to talk about Iran anymore, or at least for me. I don't need to, because what is about to happen is going to become international, global, and it seems as if Donald Trump was ready for Iran to do something stupid, and they did. Probably because a few weeks prior, they had done something stupider. So, will they do something again even stupider? Yeah. Yeah, people with no logic, with no discernment, with no care, with no feelings towards another human being's life. Yeah, they'll do something stupid again. But locked and loaded. All right, so that's enough of Iran. Now let's move forward. If you belong to my forum, I'm going to take you on a little trip. Let's see here. Let's start with, I want you to go into yesterday's thread. Are we able to show this thing? If I move this, because at least maybe I can show it to them, huh? Let me disconnect. We'll disconnect that, huh?
You want me just to move the camera and then move it back?
Yeah. Look at it just died out. Unbelievable, Dad. Help me out, please. Over here, I can't see it. Thanks, man. And alrighty, let's see if we can start with this. Post number 128. I want you to see that Iraq confirms its commitment to the principles of international transparency. Ladies and gentlemen, Iraq is doing things in front of everybody on an international level, on Article 8 level, on an international transparency. In other words, the international world knows and has accepted very well what is going on with Iraq. And notice that they are fully committed. Iraq is fully committed to what? To the people, the national wealth, all that good stuff, and to the people. But they're fully committed to the international standards. As you read the body of this, you will see that part. That is international standards. You got that? Let's count these. You want to? That's one. Let's go to post number 152. Let's see how I can do this. That'll take forever. 152 is probably, let's see if it's the next page. What we're trying to point out to you here is that Iraq has made a commitment to the international world, and the international world has done the same thing to them. I want you to look at this. International Literacy Day. That's cute. Everything is international. They probably have International House of Pancakes now. Look at this. Post number 152. A large foreign currency reserve. For what? Well, for the monetary and for the economic reform. Just for the monetary reform. Well, you see, we've got this much in foreign currency reserves. And my goodness gracious, it's more than what we need for our bank to take us into the international community. And based on oil and the way oil all of a sudden, especially if we expect to continue to see oil rise, well, then our backing for our currency is amazing. Yeah, you think? That's number two. Blatantly talking about international standards. Let's find another one. Let me see. Post number 128. Well, let's see here. I think I just did that one. Did I do that one? 128.
That would have been a page back.
Yeah. Pardon me. I already did post number 128. Let's see. We can try another one. Hold on. How about post... post 80. Or wait a minute. Here's another one that's very close to us. Post number 152 on page 8. Oh, that's page 8, 152. Let's go see it. Pardon me. It's the same one. Alrighty then. Let's go to post number 19. I know that that's going to be on page 1. What we're doing again is pointing out all the different international claims. 7. Unbelievable. What page or number did
19.
I say? Huh?
19.
Thank you. Al-Shabaab, the central bank reserves exceed international standards. Here's another one. Why in the world would you exceed international, your reserves to be international standard level? Because you're about to make a change in your currency. When you read this, my goodness gracious, they said, hey, our bank reserves on foreign currency, we're comfortable. We're well above the international standards, man. Don't give me no garbage. We know what we're doing. In fact, you know what? Check this out. There's a report for you. We got laws and everything, and our banks are ready to go. The exchange rate, shoot. Let's make a difference, especially with the oil, the way it's coming in. Yeah, jobs will increase. Our economy will increase, and our relationship with who? Our relationship with Egypt Well, now that's interesting. Let me see. Egypt. Let's go to page 4, number 80. Page 4. Post number 80. So Iraq reaches all the way across, and they say to Egypt, Cairo, we're international. No, you're not. What's this one right here? Hold on. Central bank points reaches the limit saturation. No, that's something else. Where am I going? 80?
80.
The CBI participates in a workshop in Cairo to support the small and the medium enterprises. What in the world are you doing going outside of your country? Going all the way to Cairo, Egypt, and telling those people over there, hey, we the CBI, we can lend you money to build you. You don't even have an economy. You got toilet paper. You develop relationships, especially in Egypt. That's pretty smart. I wonder, who sent you there, CBI? Because a long time ago, somebody asked me, Frank, if you was to get involved in another currency, what currency would you do? And I said, the Egyptian currency. Not the Vietnamese dong? No. Wow. Not the Iranian currency? No. Wow. The Egyptian currency. Why? And of course, I wasn't going to tell them why now. But I think you understand. The CBI, Fab 4, telling them what to do. Hey guys, go to Cairo. We got some business to do with them and their currency down the road. This whole cause, in my opinion. So, there you go. We'll support your small and medium enterprises. That's an international invitation. Thank you very much. How about page 152? I think I already did that one. Page 8. We'll make this the last one. Page 8. Did I do 152?
I think so.
Oh, man, did I already? Page 8. 152. 150, 51, and yeah. How you doing, buddy? So that's some international stuff there for you. Go ahead and bring it on back. I know one I left out. You can just leave it, in my direction. But on page 7, I'll just read it to them. On page 7, let's see if this one, 1, 2, 8. Let's see if we've already seen this one. Iraq confirms its commitment to the principles of distributing the wealth to the citizens now. Yeah, because the HCL's in there and you're about to make a change. Mahdi is going to visit China. Wow. How international does that smell? Mahdi is about to go visit China. Stressing that the next direction will be towards the United States to sign contracts after Iraq opened doors with neighbors and brothers. Mahdi, Prime Minister of Iraq, goes all the way to to China. And it's because of the deal that Trump has done with China and Iraq. And Iraq goes over there to sign these contracts with China after Iraq opened the doors with neighbors and brothers. Well, in other words, after they became qualified to be international. There's international smell all over the place. Do you think that Donald Trump was ready for this? Now you get my point. Then there was a Speaker of the House of Representatives in Iraq, Mohammed Al Busi. I like to say his name. Mohammed Al Busi today comes out. You know what? I stopped counting them, but I think we were up to 7. This one makes number 8. Mohammed Al Busi, the Speaker of the House of Representatives in Iraq, comes out today and he called on the United States of America and the international community to expand partnerships with Iraq. Only if you're Article 8, only if you're qualified, only if you're lifting the value of your currency, which you are. International, everywhere. Trump and Japan sign a huge deal today. Watch Iraq go and visit Japan and sign some deal or contracts with them too. International. Iran, you want some of this? Oh, I said I wouldn't talk about you no more, right? I'm gonna frame this. I'm gonna frame this sucker. I mean, what does it say? Let me see if I move it over. No, move it over this way. So the central bank reserves exceed international standards. And it's so beautiful, this whole thing. It's just the way, we already went over it, by the way. It's the one where they talk about their exchange rate, their jobs, their economy, all that good stuff. Yeah, I printed this out because there's only one reason why it's exceeding international standards. Because they're overspending. Okay. They know they're about to raise the value. Okay. And they're inviting the whole international world into their country because they can. And the whole international world is saying, okay, we're going, we know, we're coming. I mean, what? You think that the citizens are the only ones that know that the billboards and the trucks and all what they've been telling the citizens about, about what's going to happen to their currency? You think only the citizens know? You know. Locked and loaded. Oh my, it's already an hour. Isn't it amazing how time goes by? I don't want to keep you all long. Tonight's YouTube was to talk about international. How are they doing, Tink?
Good.
They're behaving?
Uh-huh.
Aw, thank you kindly. Thank you. I like how you all are supporting and protecting my wife and I. When you see people that come in and they're bashers or trolls or whatever we call them, we don't want to jump on them and make it worse, but we do want to simply maybe help Tink and say, hey Tink, we got someone here we need to get rid of. And that's the thing to do. Not to give them any time on our stage, but just throw them off the stage. I'm going to end by giving you Firefly's report. Because it's really important that you remember now. This sequence of opinions of mine, because this actually came about. Our Fireflies pretty well backed this up and proved it. And now, well, let's see what Firefly learned today from the private banks. You want to? Why is my suit purple? Ain't it purple there?
Yeah, kind of purple. It's always
This is about as bright blue as you can get. It's blue, not purple. So, yesterday, Firefly said that he went to the bank and the teller said, hey, they're telling us that the CBI is going to invite you citizens now to another seminar. And the seminar is a follow-up, they say. That's what they want us to tell you, so get in there. They must have told you something. Yeah, I know what they told you. Well, the teller doesn't know. The private bank managers probably know. But no, the teller doesn't know. But the teller does know that the CBI is requesting to talk to the citizens again, a follow-up. And I believe that it fits right into our third week formulation that they're going to show them the visual aids. Because we only have 1 week left after this one. I don't think it would be very smart to show them the visual aids next week. Good morning, Mr. Frank. Firefly77 says that on television today, early in the morning, they're showing the delegation that is visiting Baghdad from Kurdistan. Well, turns out that it was canceled because Baghdad is traveling to the Kurds today for a high-level talk, also by end of the month. Baghdad is paying their farmers the back pay in Kurdistan. Kurds are very happy. Mr. Frank, they're showing, clips where he's boarding the plane and he's talking about the importance of this visit. Yeah, it's important. Not so much for the reinstatement, but for the relationship between them. Alak also was on television today, this morning, and he was interviewed saying that the CBI reserves, they exceed the international standards. So you say, the governor, not only are they putting it out in the articles that we brought to you yesterday, that the internet didn't have, but they're also now on their television telling the citizens that the CBI, saying the CBI reserves exceed the international standards. And they're talking about how good a financial situation that Iraq actually is in. And any talk of a deficit in the 2020 budget is far from the fact, because Iraq's reserves exceed international standards, they tell us. They keep telling us that, Mr. Frank, on the television. Pretty exciting. Then I went to the bank. I went to our bank, and the teller told us today that the advertising for the seminars are at all banks, and they start tomorrow. So what he's saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is that this meeting that the CBI wants to have with the citizens again, to follow up and probably show them what they had already described to them. They're going to start an advertising campaign tomorrow. Let me read it again so you can hear it. We went to the bank and the teller told us today that the advertising for the seminars at all banks. Son of a gun. They told us that the advertising for seminars at all banks start tomorrow. The seminars will be at the banks. Remember, Tink? Walking Stick said that they would show them on the electronic billboards, remember? Mm-hmm. And then they said they would show them in the billboards in the bank when they would come in to see them. Mm-hmm. Son of a gun. So the advertising to tell the people we have seminars and they're going to be in the banks, it looks like. That advertising starts tomorrow. And the sessions will be on this Saturday with info commercials starting tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow the commercials are going to say, get in here, citizens, to the banks on Saturday. Oh, on this Saturday. And the sessions will be on this Saturday with info commercials starting tomorrow, letting all citizens know. We will definitely have more tomorrow on that, Mr. Frank. Thank you as always, Mr. Frank. You're welcome. Here, let me show you. It's okay. They're international. It's okay. So thank you, Mr. Frank, so much. Then he called back because I asked some questions. Frank, Firefly 77 has called back. A lot of people are calling on Mahdi to resign. They're asking for him to come to Parliament to answer questions, but he's leaving on his China trip, not going to Parliament to answer the questions. Some other ministers resigned today, like the health minister, meaning all who resigned their jobs must now be replaced. And they're calling for a body to come back. Please come back. Also, they're showing street inflation rose more than, and they're showing street inflation has rose more. And economists here are saying that the exchange rate to be increased to handle this inflation rate. Yeah, thank you. Here. Man, they make me look good, don't they? Tink, can I say it?
Yep.
Can I say it?
Yep.
I told you so. I told him. Well, here, you read it what I told him. I think they can read it. I don't know if I'm aiming it correctly here. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you can see this. There. Oh, the heck with it. I'll read it to you. I said, a superior report. And I believe that either tomorrow or by Thursday, we may see the visual aids. Thank you. Well, it turns out that it's probably going to be Saturday. Tell me, family, what is a Friday in Iraq? What is a Friday in Iraq? It is a holy day. Does the media work? The television? Anything? Newspapers? Is Parliament open? GOI open? CBI? It's a holy day, Friday. Well, what about Saturday? Mr. Frank, it's the busiest day for us. I will not be able to send you a full report. We're so busy at the markets. Everybody comes. Yeah. I pray that you enjoyed your conference call. Let me see if there's any more notes here. I pray that this conference call was presented to you with dignity tonight, with calmness tonight. I pray that I'm improving for those that want improvement from me. And for those of you that don't really care and like me the way I am, then my opinion about tonight's conference call is but other than that, that's just another day. It's I'll tell you what I am. You see, I've been studying this. I've been telling you back here, and I can't tell you what's back here. Well, there's not much up there. But regardless, back here, I've been wanting to tell you the things I'm telling you now. What they're telling you now. We international. Really? Yeah. We're buying gold like crazy, and it's really messing us up. And we know the only way to solve it is to raise the value. Not only in the economist report that you read there, but also in what our Firefly just told you that they're telling them. I suppose I'm control chaos. I'm control chaos right now. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. My name is Frank. I go by Frank26 on the internet. My phone number is 419-283-2552. And my website, my form is ktfalways.com. ktfalways.com. It stands for Keep the Faith Always. We're a Christian-based organization. If you go to that landing page, top right-hand side, you'll see a little, I think it says log in or log out or something. Click it and do the steps that it tells you. 3 things, and wait 24 hours, and then we send you an email and we tell you to come on in. And for those of you that can't get in, oh, I signed up a long time ago, I can't get in, oh, I forgot my password, or my username, and I don't know anything, but I want to come in. Those really, really get taxing on us. Can you imagine hundreds of people doing that? And it takes away from our focus, and it just gives us incredible headaches. So, may I suggest that if you can't get in our form and you signed up before, or you did sign up and you still can't get in, get another email. Get another email. Just sign back in again with a different email. Okay? Create a username password with a different email and try that, and hopefully you can get in with us at our form at ktfalways.com. I'm going to leave you with a thought. The reason I do this on the internet is because I believe strongly that this is a wealth transfer that is coming to those that know how to receive it. From the same place where the 4 rivers met, from the same place where the Garden of Eden was, from the same place where the Tower of Babel was, the same place where the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the same place where Baghdad is today. I believe that a second wealth transfer is coming to the church, to the body of Christ, and for those that wish to apply proper stewardship in the same manner that Mary and Joseph did on the first wealth transfer for baby Jesus, well, then maybe I could help by guiding you in this study. And now it's in your hands. It's in your hands. Do as you will with this money, this capital gains whenever it comes. But please do consider why it's here. And please do consider to be a proper steward to it. Don't let it be used. Don't let it just sit. Multiply it. Because I strongly believe that the bad will receive dinars and the good will receive dinars, and both sides will be well loaded to go into a spiritual warfare that could bring in the end times. And interestingly enough, right now, nature is angry. It happens every 20,000 years, but nature is angry. So I would suggest to you to think when this blessing comes, how to prepare for the labor pains of the end times. Because nature is very angry right now. It was a pleasure to be with you. God bless you. Aloha. Ahui ho tomorrow night as well. Y'all take care. International, do you understand? Tomorrow, we will label our UB2B visual aids. Y'all take care.